Hello ladies and gentlemen, One Gamer is Dog here. Today we are here for the 1st of December. It's the Battle of Yaku, the Turning Point Graveyard of Giants. This is the new map and apparently a new game mode as well for the new Star Wars Battlefront game. It's just come out. Now there's a lot of divided opinions regarding this Star Wars game and whether people like it, hate it, dislike it, think it's going to be gone by Christmas, etc, etc. I'm trying to sort of still formulate my opinion on this game. The reason why I am is that, you know, first off, let's just explain. We've got to define these control points, basically. I would describe this mode, although it's currently a new game mode, I'm pretty sure this is just pretty much domination. But what are you going to do? With regards to this game, I'm still trying to figure out if I like this game or not. Actually, no, I do know. I like this game. I really, really like it. I thoroughly enjoy it. However, it's the debate I'm having at the moment is, am I enjoying this game because of how visually great it looks? I mean, and it's a really tricky one to talk about because, yeah, right, is everyone, yep, Star Wars fan, okay, cool. And it looks the part, and it sounds great, and the planets look wonderful, and it's a bright and colourful game. You know, there's a lot going on in the colour palette here, and you get a real difference of words. I don't get that with sort of, you know, playing the new Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which I actually do quite enjoy. I think it's a good turn to form for the Call of Duty franchise, but it just doesn't have these kind of colour palettes this game does have with regards to the setting. And you know, I've always liked to sort of describe myself when it comes to my reviews that, you know, I don't base things just on graphics alone. You do have to look past that, and that gameplay does matter and really important. But this game, I don't know. This is kind of changing my viewpoint on a certain extent because it's so immersive into the Star Wars world. You know, I mean, put it this way, as a Star Wars game, this is great. It looks visually wonderful, the sound's amazing, and I really do feel like I'm playing a Star Wars game, and it's great. The downside of it is there's not a lot here. You know, for God, that's terrible. You know, for the £40 odd, £50 that you're picking up for this game, what you're really getting is 4 maps, technically 5 now, and 9 game modes supposedly, with no single player campaign. Now, I've got to be honest with you, with regards to me and shooters and single player campaigns, I haven't really played them since Black Ops, since the Modern Warfare trilogy. Those were kind of the last ones I'd done. Let's put the shield up here. Yeah, those were kind of the last ones that I really enjoyed. I did do Black Ops, and I tried doing Black Ops 2, but I didn't have a clue what was going on. And Black Ops 3, I've sort of started a little bit of it, but again, I'm not too sure what the fuck is going on with regards to the story. And, you know, with a Star Wars game, this is kind of, yeah, this deserves a good campaign mode, and we haven't got it here. What we've got is a pure multiplayer experience. But I'm not necessarily mad about that because I mean, like I say, with a lot of the first-person shooter games I buy them to play online, the multiplayer. Yeah, I'm a fan of Call of Duty, and I've never properly played Battlefield apart from used to play Battlefield 1942 on the PC, like on LAN parties with my mates from school. And you know, I've dabbled with Battlefield 2 when I was a bit at uni. Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, I never really played too much, and I kind of wish I would have done that because this certainly suits my kind of personal experience on a first-person shooter. I like big maps. I like 20v20 games. You know, give me 40v40. Mag, I thought was going to be the greatest thing ever. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Yeah, I like these huge games and these huge map modes, and this has got what I want. I mean, anytime I play Call of Duty, I'd rather play Ground War, you know, than any other mode there. And with Star Wars Battlefront, I really like this. And there's a lot of criticism people are coming out with this game. Yeah, not to give it a formal review score. Yeah, if I was to rate this out of 10, I'd give it a strong 7, leaning towards an 8, but I kind of want a bit more. And, you know, with the DLC and everything that's coming out, I'm sure it's going to be greatly expanded on, but it's an interesting thing with shooters at the moment, because I look at something like Splatoon, which is a great game, and I really love it. Nintendo have done a really wonderful thing with Splatoon, where they're bringing out new maps, new weapons, constantly. You know, what you kind of got at that base game is completely evolved now. You get so much, there's so much more content, and as well, it's all free, which is amazing. And you know, I'm having a full count basically, another, you know, 40 odd, £60, whatever, for the 4 DLC packs to get kind of a completed game of this. And I don't know how I feel about it. Well, I do know, but I'm fucking pissed off about it. With regards to the actual gameplay of this game, I do really like it. I like the big spawning maps. I love the level design. I think it's absolutely great. And I do notice a sort of change in the combat of the maps. And a lot of people sort of moan about the balance of this game, you know, that if you're on the Empire side, it's pretty overpowered as opposed to with the Rebels. The Rebels are clearly smart. And I think that's the right move. I actually wrote a piece for the Express about this with regards to balancing. This shouldn't be treated as a generic shooter game. This should be treated as a Star Wars game. And if it's a Star Wars game, the Rebel Alliance are at a fucking disadvantage. That's kind of the point. And I think it should be treated thusly. So I do like the fact that, yeah, the Rebels haven't got all these weapons and all this kind of shit. I do think they should do on some maps though. Stuff like Endor. I mean, I know they got the speeder bikes, which are terrible, but there should be, you know, some advantage for the Rebels on what you describe as Rebel maps.
We're about to lose a control point to the Rebels.
I mean, this new game mode here, and I use that term very loosely, you know, have they made this now, nicely done, have they made this now 10 game modes? No, this just seems to be Dom. This just pretty much seems to be a game of domination or war. This is just holding off some control points. It doesn't seem to have sort of that extra element that Walker Assault does with the Y-wings coming in, protecting the walkers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to have that element in here. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, because I've just finished watching Totalbiscuit and Angry Joe's videos of the game, and you know, both of them are quite negative. You know, they've got quite negative opinions on it, and kind of on some of the similar things. And I do agree with them on it, but there's just something about this game that I really fucking like, and I'm not sure if it's the I don't want it to just be the setting and the aesthetics. That's why I'm trying not to make, you know, I haven't written a formal review or a formal commentary piece on this, because I'm still trying to work out what it is. You know, I like to think that I'm not blinded by the eyes of nostalgia and fandom, that I think that this is a good game, but I do just really, really fucking enjoy it. And I kind of think, you know, sometimes that is sort of, you know, the most important thing when it comes to games. You know, if you enjoy the game, you enjoy the game, regardless of the reason. But it does make it hard. You know, I do work freelance as a reviewer, so it's a bit hard to give an objective review. And you know, one of the things that I try to do, you know, with the reviews that I certainly write for the Express, and you know, to sometimes the daily stuff, I try to keep them as objective as possible. Not objective as possible. I try to keep my own personal tastes as far away as I can. But if I do, I always try to sort of mention, you know, what games I like, what franchises I like, so that hopefully people can build up an understanding of, you know, where I'm coming from. And what I like and what I dislike. So, you know, if you kind of like and dislike the same kind of stuff as me, we're probably on the same wavelength. You know, the same with sort of, I think, the great Siskel and Ebert. Although I'm English, I'm very much aware. You know, they had, you know, quite different opinions on films, and you can kind of tell which one you preferred. So you can tell if a film is good or not. That name. I mean, what I'm trying to do with sort of definitely with this YouTube channel is, you know, just try to get through a bit more of my personality and style, because the thing about myself is that I'm actually quite heavily fucking dyslexic. Someone's trying to make it as a writer, so writing's not my strong point. Actually, strange enough, what is verbal communication is where I tend to excel, and I tend to kind of get my ideas out better, which is not a good choice of word. I'm not gonna lie, my quality of language has dropped in recent years, hence my swearing so much. Fuck you on Canopy Yeti. So yeah, but anyway, back to Star Wars. I really like this game, and you know, some of the criticisms that sort of been coming out about it, and I listened to sort of the Totalbiscuit one of the answers about it was just sort of the feeling of the guns. They all feel the same to a certain extent. I think that's what he said. I've just finished watching it. But one thing he spoke about was, you know, this lack of sort of a feeling of force feedback and recoil and the difference of the guns. And yeah, I do get where he's coming from then. But then at the same time, I kind of think, well, it's a different gun type, as he does point out. This, you know, it's a blaster pistol. It's not a traditional rifle, so it is going to technically feel different, and it's harder to kind of get a reference point for a blaster pistol, because none of us have ever really shot one before. Maybe some mad scientists out there have, but certainly not the general public. Yes, I did. Yeah, I really like this game. I really enjoy it. I do think, however, you know, some criticisms. Oh, it's fucking EA, so yeah, it's overpriced. Not a lot of content. There should have been more. But even just things like this, just climbing up here. These guys have got this rifle set up. It's brilliant. Yeah, I can't deploy my shield there. Oh, bollocks, I was hoping that was put in place to protect me then. I just think these maps are great. I mean, I know there's only 4 of them, and yeah, I would like a lot more. I really like this game. I really like it. I find it fun. I'm having a good time playing with it. Now, with regards to sort of the longevity and all that kind of stuff, I always think a problem with shooters is that I don't think a lot of shooters do have longevity. The main reason why being is that over time, eventually it evolves into the same gun battles, the same spawn, the same sort of the same camp spots, the same spawn traps, the same headshot glitches, you know, the same kind of thing just keeps going around. So I always enjoy, you know, shooters are always best within the first month or 2. It's very probably you're really going to get the best time out of it. And one of the things, you know, a sort of criticism has been about this game is that, oh, it's far too casual. It's everything's the same. There doesn't seem to be any difference. Classes and skill sets don't seem to be right. This is, I mean, just to clarify, I'm pretty much trying to recite this completely off my head, and I'm free thinking. It's currently midnight, and I'm busy playing D&D all day, so I'm a bit shattered. So I do apologise for the lapse of my knowledge at the moment. Probably what I'm going to actually do if I'm going to start doing these videos more in the future is just record my audio, then edit it, and hopefully we'll get a nice, nice easy stream of consciousness coming through. But yeah, the criticism has been that it's a very casual game. It's very easy. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't seem to be much strategy and things into it. There is a lot lacking in that game, you know, with regards to the strategy. The lack of a squad-based system, I think, is a huge shame and a detriment to the game, particularly when you are doing something as large as a 20v20 combat system, 20v20 battles, and particularly on something like War or Assault, which is, if you're on the Rebels, you guys have got to know what you're doing. You can't, you know, people can't just be running around shooting everything. They need to work together on it. So that's a big negative Nancy, in my opinion. But yeah, with regards to the rest of the game, I just really like it. I like the guns. I like the leveling up. I mean, this is, you know, this is the thing I like about this game is that I'm not constantly being barraged with numbers and lights and affirmation of my greatness. A very good friend of mine, actually, my boss at work, one of the things he was speaking to about is that he loves Destiny, or he used to love Destiny. He's gone off of it now because of the recent sort of DLC and the expansion packs. And he was saying to me about Destiny, he's like, you know what I love? He's like, I haven't got stuff flying up in my face all of the time, like you get on Call of Duty. Call of Duty sometimes is a barrage of just, you've done this, you've done that, XP, this, that and the other. and I really like the UI and the interface of this. They haven't got that, and this is a lot more of a struggle game. You know, the leveling up system on this is very, very basic, that I'd call it. There's not a mass amount of rewards and differences and, you know, customization, all that kind of stuff. It's an orbital strike. Had some fun with that. It's very basic and it's very simple, and I find it very refreshing. I think, you know, it is a very kind of equal game. I'm going to cause some damage with this right now. No, I'm not. Have fun with this orbital strike, say that right now. Can't see anything. It's a bit of a problem with that thing's in there. Yeah, I just really like it. You know, to level up, but you know, to level up to the max level is probably going to take you about, I think, from what estimates I've had, about 12 to 16 hours. I mean, I've put about 8 to 10 hours into this game, not including all the time I put in the beta, and I absolutely loved the beta. The beta for me was just amazing. I adored it. Best thing I've, you know, Walker Assault was great. Bashing out some of these rebel scum.
Holding a control point.
Yeah, even just the UI and the UX, it's a nice subtle font. You know, when you shoot someone, it's down the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, well, not the left-hand corner, but it's sort of nicely put onto the left-hand side. And my microphone is starting to say that it needs charging, which is great because it's really loud, beeping sound into my brain. Mucking up my frontal cortex and all that stuff. I'm trying to remember the Jim Carrey quote there from... What's that place? Batman Forever. Mike Hearn, if you're watching this, you're very disappointed right now and you're probably singing it. I'm sucking up your cortex, speaking with your brain. Yeah, that one. Just got to plug this bloody headset in. Bloody cable's not long enough, so I'm going to have to move my PlayStation round to here. I do apologise, this is a live stream, so prepare for riveting action. Where was we? Yeah, one of the things I will say about this game is, look, I am playing this, I'm a lot better at this than what I am at Call of Duty, and I've played Call of Duty for years, and I've pretty much stayed at the same level the whole time around, maybe with slight improvements. I do typically tend to play better on the Black Ops games than the others, and Black Ops, the first one, I was actually quite good at. I'm certainly playing a lot better at this than I am that, so I'm wondering if, you know, if that's a slight part of it, that obviously I'm enjoying it more because I'm playing better at it, but I just don't, you know, I'm not dying as much, but I'm not dying as much as well because it's not that kind of game. Yeah, this isn't like Call of Duty. Some people said it is, but I would disagree with them on that. That was a terrible nade throw. Although everyone says the advantage is on third person, it's always a bit of a place to bloody see. Damn. Yeah. I just really like this game. I think it's a nice little playthrough. Yeah, we're going to have to probably work this more out, and we'll work out more in the future, but mainly as well, part of this video was just to show off the new map of Yaku. With regards to the map design, yeah, I think I'm really impressed. It looks great. I mean, it's part from the new film, which is really cool. In terms of this gameplay mode, all I'm seeing here, and this is sort of my second/third battle, this just seems like the DOM. I'm not really seeing what the difference is on this, apart from that guy's getting nailed all myself. So I think we'll leave it there. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.